Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of British currency, the United Kingdom 2p coin, specifically the 1997 issue. At first glance, it might seem like just an ordinary copper-plated steel coin, but when we peel back the layers of history, design, and significance, you'll see why this small coin carries a big story. So, let's explore everything you need to know about the 1997 UK 2p. Historical background. The 2p coin, often simply called the 2p, was first introduced in 1971 during the decimalisation of the British currency system. This was a major change, shifting away from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the modern decimal structure. By the time 1997 came around, the 2p coin had already been in circulation for over 2 decades, and millions of people were familiar with its weight, size, and design. However, each year of issue, including 1997, carries its own production story. Metal composition and weight. The 1997 2p coin is particularly interesting because it was part of the transitional period in coin metal composition. Originally, from 1971 to 1992, the coin was made from bronze. But from 1992 onwards, the Royal Mint began producing 2p coins in copper-plated steel to save costs. The 1997 coin is one of these steel-based coins, weighing 7.12 grams and measuring 25.91 millimeters in diameter. If you bring a magnet close to it, you'll notice it sticks, confirming its steel content, a simple test many collectors use. Design. Obverse side. On the obverse, or heads, side of the 1997 coin, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. At that time, the portrait in use was designed by Raphael Maklauf, introduced in 1985. This particular effigy shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a jeweled crown often worn during official occasions. Around the portrait, you'll find the inscription, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Design. Reverse side. Turning to the reverse, we have the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales. This consists of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, which means, I serve. This design has been on the 2p coin since its introduction in 1971, and it reflects the historic connection to the Prince of Wales title, a tradition dating back centuries. It's a symbol deeply embedded in British heraldry and remains one of the most recognizable reverse designs. Minting details. The Royal Mint produced a very large number of 2p coins in 1997 to meet the demands of circulation. While exact mintages often run into the hundreds of millions for standard circulation, the coin is not considered rare in everyday terms. However, condition makes a huge difference. A circulated 1997 2p might only be worth its face value, but uncirculated or proof versions can attract collectors, especially if preserved in mint condition. Proof sets, often struck with sharper detail and mirror-like finishes, are particularly sought after. Collector value. So, what about value today? Generally speaking, a normal 1997 2p coin found in your change is still worth just 2p. However, if you have a coin in uncirculated condition or as part of a proof set, it could be worth a few pounds depending on the buyer. Some sellers list pristine examples for £1 to £3, while proof coins may fetch higher values. While it's not a fortune, the true worth lies in its role within the history of British currency. Common errors and varieties. Interestingly, certain years of the 2p coin have error varieties, like the famous 1983 New Pence Misstrike, which is highly collectible. The 1997 version doesn't have any well-documented rare errors, but collectors always keep an eye out for die cracks, double strikes, or off-center strikes that might make a coin unique. These types of minting mistakes can transform an ordinary 2p into a special find worth far more than face value. Cultural significance. Beyond numismatics, the 2p coin has a strong cultural identity in Britain. It's famously used in seaside arcade machines, penny falls, and fairground games. Generations of children grew up slotting 2p coins into machines in the hope of winning a cascade of coins or small prizes. The 1997 coin, like all others in its denomination, has therefore played a small but memorable role in everyday British life, beyond simply being used as money. To sum up, the 1997 UK 2p coin might not be rare or especially valuable, but it represents a fascinating slice of modern British coinage. From its copper-plated steel composition to the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the historic Prince of Wales emblem, it's a coin steeped in symbolism. Whether you're a collector looking to complete a date run or simply curious about the change in your pocket, the 1997 2p deserves recognition as part of Britain's rich monetary heritage.